quick overview, Rocketium essentially is a platform for brand compliant creatives, right? So on one hand, we're trying to automate the process of creating marketing creatives, and at the same time, we're also trying to ensure that these creatives are compliant to your brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're looking to create maybe hundreds of creatives, then there is no point of you manually accusing each one of them, right? Then
Correct.
the process of automation doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So this is essentially the problem that we're trying to solve today. And the idea of Rocketeam is again to work with growth teams to sort of enable growth for their campaigns, because today the traditional way of working is obviously you have the design teams working together, marketing teams running various campaigns, then there is a lot of coordination that keeps happening, but in the process the campaigns take a lot of time, or the creatives take a lot of time, and the design team end up spending a lot of time in each of these creatives, right? Because
Mm.
those are again not very design work as such. Change in price, change in sizes, all that is all going to be a repetitive work, right? So that's what again the problem that we're trying to solve now. In terms of creatives, again we cover creatives across the marketing funnel. It can be starting from your acquisition related creatives, ad creatives for Facebook, for GDN, for any other creatives for that matter, any other channels for that matter, or it can also be creatives for any conversion campaigns, can be in app, can be for website as well. And then there are creatives that can be used for any rich media, push notification, email campaigns. So typically we cover creatives from the top to middle and the bottom of the funnel as well, right?
Mm. Mm.
So, what is the problem that Rocketeam is trying to solve today, right? So, we're not a design platform. So, if today you are looking to create one bespoke design, then there are already solutions that
Correct.
I would say most of the teams are using, right? You have Photoshop, Illustrator, all those solutions are already there. But
Mm.
what tends to happen today is every creative that you make, you have certain objectives, right? It can be around how can I increase the app installs, how can I, bring in more traffic or even convert them. Now, for each of the objectives to achieve each one of them, you want to create a lot many creatives, and by using a solution like Adobe, there is a constraint because you would have either more people, have to have more people in the team, or you have to have spend a lot more time to create or achieve all of these creatives, right?
Mm.
And then it can also be around channels wherein you want to target different channels. Can GDN has 20 sizes, there is Facebook a few sizes, and then if you go out for other channels there are multiple other sizes as well, right?
Correct.
And then there are different platforms, different formats, all those specific requirements. A creative should be in a particular size, or it can be cannot exceed 150 kb. All those restrictions are already there, right? And then you can also have any targeting aspect as well, wherein you want to target with a particular location or maybe with a particular language for a creative. It can be different products for different product categories. You want to have different styles of creatives, and then for all of these you can have a different messaging and demographics as well, right? And the
Mm.
last part being experiments, wherein marketing teams would love to do experiments given they have flexibility in doing so. But in today's environment, what happens is you want to make a change. Even to change a CTA, you have to wait because the design teams will be busy in some other work. You have to wait for them to come back and create those creatives, right?
Mm.
Now, to sort of cover all these aspects of creative process, we tried and came up with a solution, right? So the entire process of Rocketium starts with by the way, did you have any questions before that?
No, nothing as of now. I mean,
Cool. So
I'm just trying to evaluate how it goes because I have used Canva, uh,
okay.
so I'm just trying to evaluate going ahead. Yeah, go on, go on.
Correct. Yeah, so the
And
entire
I've also
process.
tried Google Web Designer before.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
not very familiar with Google Web Design, but I can uh, sort of talk about clear distinction between Canva and Rocketry.
yeah.
So,
Because Google Web Design, what it also does is it allows you to create responsive designs
okay,
all in one go. So what happens is, let's say you have a certain object, that object will be there, and let's say you want to change the object itself, you just
mhm,
edit the object, and it changes everywhere in all in one place.
okay,
Yeah.
and does it allow you to scale those creatives? Like, like you spoke
I don't
about.
know. I don't know. So that's the reason why I want to see what do you have to offer, because then I will be able to compare also.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the entire process starts with defining those brand compliant templates, right?
Hmm.
Now, traditionally, everyone uses Photoshop today. So, what we recommend is we have a Photoshop import, so you can create a base design or a master design in Photoshop. Then Rocketium allows you to import that within the platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once you import a base design using Rocketium, by the way, you can also create them in Rocketium as well. But once you import them within Rocketium, the next part is going to be, how you can create multiple adapts from it. We have a artificially intelligent based adapt creation process wherein you could create multiple different adapts on the fly. There is no limit as such. There are clients who are creating 50, 60 types of adapts based on the platforms they're targeting, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And then uh, once this base designs are defined or created in different sizes, the next part is about how you can now run or create them at scale in terms of using them in different for different product categories or for different variations of a product, so that you could run those specific cohort based campaigns as well, right? Wherein you could use a simple form based interface, can be used by both designers as well as non-designers, and by uploading a simple spreadsheet you could create 10,000 banners on the fly or videos on the fly using Rocketium itself.
So what you're saying is these are variants, right? And each variant can have a different text, or how is it? Like, how does it? Oh, I mean, I think probably when you show me a demo of this, I'll be able
Yeah,
to understand better. Okay,
correct.
go on, go on.
So this is where you can create the creative, and then the next part is how you deliver them. Today we have Facebook ad integration, pushing it
Okay,
directly to Facebook from Rocketium. And how it helps is, in a current process, what you do is you create them, you download them, and then you could push it to a particular campaign that you are running. In Rocketium, it's already integrated. So you create a project in Rocketium, directly connect to your Facebook ad manager, run it in Facebook. You want to refresh it, you could go ahead and edit a project,
okay.
make those quick changes and again update it. So a quick process. Similarly for CRM and in-app campaigns, we already have integration with CleverTap, MoEngage, and then we could also figure out if there are any other platforms as well, right?
Sure, but when you look at creating the ads, each ad has to be created separately in terms of design adjustments, or how is that?
Uh, when you say
Let's say you have
separate,
your base dimension, which is, for example, a square dimension.
correct.
How does it go automatically into a horizontal dimension or a?
Yes, I'll get into that how
Okay,
that
okay,
works.
okay, fine, fine.
So now this is how the platform looks like. The first thing you'll see here is workspaces, right? Workspaces
Okay.
are nothing but teams that can work together. It can be marketing teams, it can be design teams. Everyone have their say different set of accesses, so that let's say a marketing team may not be able to create a template, but a design team at the same time won't be able to create a project, right? All those role based accesses can be defined as well.
Okay.
Now the I'll just go ahead and select one template here. I'll go inside one of the folders here. So these are some of the templates that are available here. So
Mm-hmm.
just this one, yeah. So I'll just take an example of one template. Now, the first thing you'll see here is there are some sizes which are defined already for this template, right? Now how adapt creation in Rocketium works is, let's say you have to create maybe 15 sizes from one base design, right? What we recommend is you start with either one size in Rocketium or three size in Rocketium, and you basically, let's say, create one base design in Photoshop, import that within Rocketium.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say a square one, right?
Yeah.
Now you define the two other layouts in Rocketium, which is, let's say, portrait or a landscape.
Sure.
Now those three will act as reference for the AI to create the rest of the designs, because the AI also needs to understand what are the layout definitions are there for different sort of dimensions, right?
Sure.
That is where it requires some reference. That's where minimum three sizes are required for the AI to kick in, so that the other sizes can be created as well.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So for this, let's say I selected all the sizes. I will go ahead and create a project using this. Now, in Rocketium, a project is nothing but collection of certain creatives, unlike Adobe, wherein each creative is going to be individual, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we'll go ahead and create a project here. you can see now there are different sizes for this particular template already defined here. Now what I can do is I can go ahead and add more sizes as well. The sizes can be defined on an account level itself, so that you just have to select instead of adding a new size from scratch, or adding a custom size from whenever required. You could also define all the sizes that you are going to use in an account, so that when you want to create a template, you can just go ahead and just select those sizes here,
So let's
right?
say we select a size which is 300 by 628
Correct.
or 300, yeah, 300 by 258. Sorry,
Yeah.
I
And
don't
I
think you have
selected all
that.
the sizes, additional sizes here.
Can
Those
you
are
do
all
a,
added.
yeah,
You
can you
can,
do a custom one?
yes, sure, I can do that.
Yeah, which is a 300 by 258.
300, 258. Sorry, 258.
Yeah.
So let's say this is custom. I added it. This is added here.
Okay.
I
Okay.
will
So
go
that's
ahead
how
and
it
select
appears.
this.
Okay.
Now all the sizes are created. Because we already had so many sizes here. If I select custom, it's already set up. Now
Okay.
uh, on some cases it might happen that the element is probably here instead of here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That is what I
Those
wanted to check.
re-
Yeah.
yeah, those readjustment might require in very probably a 0.1% of cases. That might happen when you do not have enough references. In this case it is not going to happen because there are
It's
so many
almost a
references
similar.
already,
Yes.
right? But minimum three size is good enough for references. But let's say you want to create maybe a skyscraper, right? A
Correct.
landscape may
Correct.
not be enough to actually give it a reference.
So
So maybe
do you have something like a 728 by 90? I think that's a common size.
yes, that's also can be added. I can
No,
go
I think
anything you
it
can
should
add.
already be
That's
there maybe. Can you just
uh,
check if it's already there?
I don't think.
Yeah. So maybe you can show a 728 by 90.
Yeah, let's see, 728. Okay,
Yeah, so
side is
it's already
already
there.
present. Maybe one of the sizes in this. So yeah,
Okay, let's do a different size. Let's do a 750 by 100.
alright.
Yeah.
This is now test 2 750 by 100. We added it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's created now.
Okay.
So why it worked out, because the leaderboard already was
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Is it possible to delete this and test it again? Because I would want
Yes.
to see how it appears when it automatically converts. Is that
Yes, I can show you one more example. If we
sure?
do not have a reference,
Sure.
let me take, maybe these are all I have created quickly. But what generally happens is, when you do not have reference sizes, I can take this one.
Yeah.
A little readjustment is required. It also means that some of the sizes are not meant to be in that size.
Hmm.
That might happen as well. But yeah, let me just
Yeah,
try.
this is a good one. Can you show
So
this in a 728 by 90?
yeah, let's add this one. So what would happen here is, it is going to try and make sure that this works out, but for all you know, it may not be 100% correct. So what you have to in that case do is go ahead and just adjust those elements a little bit, so that this works out well. That is the only thing that is going to required to be do. But the idea is, again, it is going to reduce almost 90% of your work.
Yeah.
Some of the adjustment can be done, but it is going to really come handy when you are maybe looking to create 15 sizes, wherein you
Okay.
start with
Okay.
4 or 5 sizes. The rest of the sizes is
So
going to be
can you tell
taken.
me one more part, which is about the text adjustments? So let's say if I edit the text in one place, can I edit the text in it? Does the thing edit in every place?
Correct. There are a
Yeah.
couple of ways to do it. I'll go back to that particular one.
Sure.
I'm a little more comfortable with that.
No
So,
problem. No problem.
so yeah. Now, okay, 1 second. So now let's say I want to create a variation, right? I can clone this one. Instead of buy now, I will say, let's say try now, right? It just not reflects in one size, but also in all other sizes, right? So you just made one change here, and you have all those sizes created on the fly, and you don't have to really make any changes again.
Okay.
Similarly, there is also another way wherein let's say you want to maybe use a brand palette, right?
Yeah.
You can define those palettes as well. I'll say, okay, with the click of a button, this is changed, but it didn't change for other sizes because we didn't select. We can change it, but if you don't want to change it, we can also select one size and it will change for one size only,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, this is one way to sort of create quick variations. Now, what if you want to maybe use a spreadsheet and create the same for different
Yeah.
products, right?
Yeah.
You have maybe 10 different shoes. You want 10 different shoes images in 20 sizes, which is going to be about 200 creatives, right?
Yeah.
So basically, download a format of this editable information. If I click on export data to spreadsheet, it will look something like this. It has the variation name, background texture, all the editable information which were on the left hand side here, right?
Okay.
Now I can go ahead and download that as a CSV and then import it within the platforms. So I downloaded it earlier, so I will just go ahead and import it. Once I import it, it maps all those editable fields, and then now I have about you know 14 different variants created in 20 different sizes. 200 plus creatives created on the fly, 240 creatives created. And
Okay.
if you check all those sizes, they are also set up because we already defined the designated area for each elements.
Sure.
So
So can you show me where did you designate? I mean, okay. Can you select that? I think because this part I think is also there in. I do not know whether it's there on Google Web Designer. I'll still have to explore that. But
mhm.
this is definitely a faster way to do things. Yeah.
Right. So how this helps is if you are looking to create refresh creatives on a regular basis, right?
Correct. Correct.
Uh,
So how does
then
this work? I mean, does this export into display ads? How does the export part of it work?
correct. So once this is created, you can go ahead and export this. I can go ahead and export this, and then once I export it, it will take a minute to sort of generate all of these creatives.
Okay.
And once that is done, you could go ahead and download it if you want to run any campaigns. And while downloading, you can also sort of define what are the size limits for all of these creatives, right? Those are the things that can be defined while exporting as well. So all of those options are available.
How do you do that? Because I think like Google will have like 50 KB as a size, so you have an image compression feature as well.
Correct. So it is there. So let me quickly open this one. So let's say I want to just remove some of this so that it is done quickly. Can also actually select this and do this as well. So there is a bulk edit option as well that I wanted to talk about, wherein if you have some creatives that you want to refresh or edit in bulk, those options, those things can be quickly done as well. You can select them, make changes to the creatives, and then
Now, when you're saying variant one, variant two, variant three, this is
yeah,
basically, let's say, if a product is itself edited,
correct.
that's so you're defining a new this thing, right? New
Oh, this
version.
is a like default option. You can have the product names as well.
Sure, sure, sure. So the number of ads that will be generated is, let's say, five display ads are there. Those five into three, total 15 ads in one shot.
Correct. So
Okay.
basically, here you can directly download it, or there is a download all option. I'm assuming it's not enabled in my account, but you will basically get a
Understood.
download
No problem. No
option
problem. This
wherein
is clear.
you basically have to select the size, whether you want to download it as a JPEG or a PNG, or what is the size limit.
Okay.
Whether it's 150 KB or 200 KB, and based on that, it will compress and download.
Okay. Okay.
option seems to be unavailable for me right now.
Is it possible to add a border around each of these images, or is that some like
It's like a function of how we define the template, right? We can edit the template and add the border accordingly.
okay, okay? Because there are some websites who say that you require a border.
Yeah, that's possible. Again, while setting up the template, that can be defined that way.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, high level. I wanted to cover this piece now. In terms of Canva, at least, what are the major difference today is, first of all, Canva is a B2C platform, right? Unlike
Absolutely.
Rocketeum.
I mean, this is a powerhouse, so I
Correct.
get the difference. Yeah.
And then at least in terms of feature itself, automation is what we basically go with, because there is smart templating templatization capability,
Yeah.
and import from spreadsheet, auto adapt feature. All of this is something, are some of the unique features. Along with that, you can create 10,000 creatives with Rocketium today, but with Canva you can't do that, right?
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about the automation features that you have, which will push these ad banners directly into Google Ads, or let's say push it directly into Facebook ads?
Yeah, Google Ads is something that we're still working on. It's not yet, sort of uh,
Okay. Okay.
workable right now. But in
Okay.
terms of Facebook, we already have integrations with them. So what
Sure.
happens is, within Rocketium, we'll have a tab called Campaign, right? Now,
Okay.
once I exported the projects or creatives, it'll update in the projects field, and then I can go ahead into campaign field and then create a new campaign itself, name the campaign, select Facebook, choose an objective that we have, and then select the creative. This is where from the projects field you can go ahead and select the projects field. From the projects. Then either you can add creative to the single ad set, or you can create multiple ad sets and then create the campaign itself. Now, once you have created the ad set here, then you can go ahead and add budget and all those stuff for creating the final campaign.
But that can be edited directly into from Facebook as well, or
Yeah, that can
is
be
there
done
a
in Facebook. You can directly do it here itself. How it
okay?
helps is, now let's say you are running a campaign, right?
Correct.
But if you want to make edits to the projects, or maybe
Yes.
like you
Yes.
said, pricing changes,
Yes.
here
Yes.
you can actually go ahead and quickly edit the project itself. I can go ahead and, let's say, I have all the 100 creatives created, but I want to maybe make changes to all the 100 creatives. Here
Yeah.
it's not there, but I'll just clone this three, so
Okay.
that now maybe for all these three creatives, you want to maybe change the discount
Correct.
percentage.
Correct.
You could go ahead and select all of them,
Hmm.
edit them, bulk edit. Instead of 25% discount, I will say, you know what, I need 35% discount. Then you can go ahead and review it. Now all my creatives are updated with 35% discount, and then I can save them, go back to projects field, just update the again in update everything in campaign again.
So all I have to do now is
Correct,
sync Facebook.
correct,
So at that point of time, all the creators will get updated. Is what you're saying?
correct.
Okay.
So, I mean, what I'm saying is, traditionally you will download everything, update it again, but here
Correct.
you don't have to do anything. Just because creative is one part, updating is another. But
Correct.
what is happening is, here, if you look at it, you're not going to designer again. You're doing it
Absolutely.
yourself
Absolutely.
quickly.
You don't need a designer in between to adjust just the price. You just need a system that will allow you to just do small modifications. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, high level. This is what I wanted to
Yeah. Sure.
quickly cover.
Sure. Can you
Uh,
tell me something about the analytics? What is this analytics? Is it the
yeah,
campaign analytics, or how is it?
yeah. Analytics basically gives you idea in terms of how many projects you created
Oh, okay, 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 okay,
during a
okay.
particular period, how much time you saved. And again, this is based on some some algorithm that we have put
No,
comparing
no,
in.
no problem, no problem. This is understood. This is understood. Okay. So, uh, you mentioned with currently you have an integration only with Facebook, correct?
Correct. And in-app integrations we're also working on,
Mhm.
so that's also possible. Any in-app integration required, that's also possible,
Okay, okay,
generally for in-app campaigns.
okay, okay. Fine. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
No, high level, this is it. There are
Yeah.
again 100 odd features that Rocketium has today, and that keeps increasing every time.
Sure, sure.
Probably,
It's a product development that's happening, but this is good to at least get started, and it should ideally, reduce a lot of work. Can you talk
yeah.
a bit about on the pricing front? How does it work?
The pricing typically again is a function of the number of licenses you would require to the platform and the scale that you would have. Right, typically starts with 50,000 rupees per month, and then based on the features that you are using, the level of access you have, the scale, it can vary.
Can you share what are these three main primary factors? Like let's say it starts at 50,000. Or what are the
Correct.
other things that matter? One is user.
Correct.
How is it
So
how is
basically,
it
let's
different?
say 50,000 rupees includes three user licenses.
Okay.
You have template creation access, you have account manager support, you have 300 creatives or 300 credits in which you can create 300 up to 300 creatives. And then there are other packs that can be, there are other plans that can be custom made based on a requirement. So let's say you want maybe additional licenses, or maybe let's say there are a role based access. Those are features that attract additional
So
cost.
what's the pricing difference between, let's say, if we were to do 300 creatives versus a 10,000 creative? Like
It
how does
depends.
it
It
vary?
depends again. There are again. I have to put this information in my calculator based on the information you provide. But again, it's difficult to say right now. I can put this in my calculator and compare
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because the whole reason why we are looking at, okay, even choosing a platform like yours is for scale, right? So
Correct.
uh, we because it's very difficult for us to understand saying, okay, how different is it going to be in terms of pricing? Is there a model there where we can have a fixed pricing for the whole year, but it is flexible on the kind of number of creatives that are being done, or is it
Right.
like you buy credits and you work along with those credits?
Correct. So
um,
it typically will be on a credit model wherein
okay.
you have a platform fee which will be consistent throughout the month, but throughout the year. But then there will be additional credits that you can purchase. So on top of let's say 300 credits, you want more credits, you can purchase those credits additionally based on your
because
requirement.
because what I see here is, let's say there could be a human error also, right? So you
Right.
created a price, and then you ended up generating set of creators, and then all of them are, then not everything is fine.
Mhm.
So are you referring to that the charges are primarily when you export, or
Correct.
basically do a sync and not before that?
Yeah. Once you export, that's a credit.
That's when the credit is okay. Okay, fine.
Right.
So it's until then it's not a okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So you always have an option, right? Once you are in draft, you have an option to quickly review them
Yeah.
to make sure everything looks good. So if one is looking good, the rest is going to look good. But yeah, you always have an option that before you export it, you have a review, quick review if required. Then you
Yeah.
can go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. So that is all I had in terms of questions. I should be able to get back to you.
Sure. Let me
Yeah.
know you have any specific requirement in terms of the number of creatives, in terms of the number
No,
of
no.
licenses.
There is no way for me to actually put a number to it, because what happens is that, let's say we have an X number of creators, and those get changed almost, let's say, every 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
Now let's say if we are doing 10 creatives and it's getting changed every 3 to 4 days, the consumption of that 300 creatives that you mentioned would happen in a month itself. But this is
Correct.
just for one campaign, and like
Correct.
this one campaign we are having other campaigns as well, right?
Correct.
So if we were to basically move to a system which can help us automate further and stuff like that, then it's primarily got to do with how do we adapt to the system as well,
Correct.
how do we adapt to the designs as well, because then it'll help us speed up the work. So yes, you'll need a base designer, but then besides the base design, all of these elements will have to be, modifiable. Like
Correct.
right now, for example, I do know that some of these creatives work very well when you have elements, because these
Mhm.
elements are placed in between. But
Yeah.
what happens when you have edge based designs, like designs at the edge?
Mhm.
uh, like let's say a color patterns, or which are only on the top left and the bottom right, right? So
Okay.
when you're having those kind of designs, then it could be possible difficult, because I do not know if you have a similar design that has been designed here, but It's not something that is usually adaptable.
Mhm. And again, if you actually in the real world scenario it's getting adapted, then Rocketeam can adapt it. That's how it works.
Sure.
But if you can share a sample, I can check and confirm
I
that
can share
whether
a sample. Yes, I can share a sample with you. Yeah.
like, I can check that because ideally it should be possible because we work with large clients, enterprise
No, no, this
clients,
has
and
got nothing to do with the client. What this is to do
so
with
what
the
I'm trying
type
to
of
say is
design.
people come up with
So
a lot of complex requirements as well. So
no, no.
yeah,
So what happens is when it comes to complex design, right? I mean, I understand. I mean, if you do element-based design, it works,
mhm,
and it's scalable. But what happens is when you're having something on the edge is based on where the bag, what kind of canvas size it is, right?
okay,
And if the canvas size is too small, then it's a very different approach when you're having just edges. That only two edges.
okay,
That's diagonal in appearance. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll send you a creative. Maybe from there you can help me saying if a creative like this was to be adjusted, how it would be adjusted.
got it. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Aniket.
Thank you for your
I'll
time
wait to hear
too.
from you.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
Thanks, bye.